All right. All right, everyone. Here we have it live. Anti Aging Bed at Night. Your host, John Baxter, here. We are live and we are on a broadcast. Anti Aging Bed at Night is a broadcast and it's all over the world. So, this is awesome. So glad to be here tonight. Got an exciting show and lots of good items that we can talk about. Everyone that's messing with Hurricane Ian, like I was. I'm here in Orlando, Florida. My days and nights the last couple of days have been a little crazy and hectic. Finally, back into my studio. So, this is awesome to be here live in front of you all talking about technology, innovation, all the things of today that make things move, right? Because right now we're in a time in history where technology advancements, along with a lot of other stuff, right? Healing at home, people are suffering at home. We've got questions, we got answers, we got solutions, we got people that will be joining the call today. I'm so excited. One of the people that we have is a 15-year veteran, Sean Callahan of medical devices. He was into quantum technology and hospital beds. This guy is really interesting. It's going to be great to have him on. We'll have him on shortly after a couple of announcements. And we also have a guest testimonial, a guy that just had an amazing results. So today, we're going to go after talk about the wand, the disinformation campaign. There's been a lot of people talk about the wand and any type of disinformation. We're going to go over 5 top questions that people that are offering information about the one technology. We'll go over it bit by bit, question by question. If you're on this broadcast right now, use your chat. We will be using the chat. You've got questions, we've got answers. We've got an expert on tonight where we can go head to head with any of your questions. So, a lot of people, a lot of scrutiny, a lot of information has been passed on that may be incorrect. And I think here tonight we'll be able to get to the bottom of what's going on with the whole wand craze, right? We've got Mike Daniels that's joining. He's got an amazing testimonial with the wand. And here at the end of the show, we'll be showcasing our new product. It's called Sound Sleep. Sound Sleep, folks. It's using vibrational sound therapy in a mat. So you can use this for all types of things. I'll be going over that. But, if you, in the last couple of days, if you're out of Florida, there's been a lot of stuff around surrounding the hurricane technology advancements, how to understand that, even talking about HARP and a lot of these other things in regards to EMFs. So, as a pioneer of one of these types of technologies, realize the EMFs are all over the place. If you haven't saw my recent Charlie Ward, Nicholas V. Eneman, check them out. And I want to give a shout out to PPN. This is the last uncensored network out there in regards to broadcasts. So happy to be a part of the team. Lovely folks, and couldn't be any happier. We've got some events here at Anti Aging Bed at Dark. We can go over all types of topics, taboo and not taboo. I'm ready for it. So, some of the events that we got going on, this is a hot month that we have coming up in October. Lots of events in Orlando. Some have been shut down because of the hurricane, but lots of events. We've got Dr. Fab coming next week, his inner circle of chiropractors. We'll be here in Orlando, Florida. We'll have an event. It'll be fun. We're good at having events at this point. Some of the live videos that I will do are actually going to be at these live events. So I'm excited about that. We'll be at the Faina Hotel October 14th. And if I didn't say Dr. Fab would be October 13th, 14th, and 15th. We got a Faina Hotel. This is the place where celebrities stay in Miami. There will be a holistic health event there. If you're into the meditation, that type of thing, you're thinking October 14th. You can find more information on it. Find the October 14th date. Faina Hotel. You'll see a bunch of wellness practitioners getting together, doing their ceremonial health rituals. all types of things you may or may not know about. Also, if you're in Miami or in Orlando and you want to come see and try this technology, we offer it for free, people. Not a lot of people do it for free. If you see a benefit, great. If you don't see a benefit, so be it. We realize that a lot of people have had amazing results, and that's why we offer it for free. It could be helping someone like you. And I'm talking bed cover, I'm talking mattress, quantum energy devices, Tesla technology, so many different technologies that I'm talking about here. And also, we have the Biohacking Congress in Miami at Trump International. I am so excited for this event, October 23rd and 24th. We've got Dr. Mike Van Thielen that's going to be there as one of the keynotes on our team. I got Troy Casey, the certified health nut. He's going to be there as well as one of the keynote speakers. So if you're into that type of thing, I will be there, likely do a couple podcasts, maybe even teach the Tai Chi. So that's super exciting to have all that. But today's topic, disinformation and cognitive dissonance, right? So many times, out there, we hear of stories of people making stories up for a position, right? A lot of these things go by the wayside. I haven't given it any thought, right? People try to hit me. I don't give it any thought because my intentions in the right place. But to put it to bed, to put it to rest, we're going to have a conversation today about disinformation and cognitive dissonance, right? Oftentimes, disinformation is set to set you off, to put you off the guide rails, to position you into some other place that you aren't in. And this is done by other people. A lot of times this is done by the hierarchy of things, right? Whether it's a boss, whether it's a government institution, whether it's your insurance company, right? Disinformation, fine print, all these little things add up. And what it leads to is a ton of cognitive dissonance, right? Our history's been rewritten, right? Anyone that doesn't agree with that needs to go back and review, right? Our history has been rewritten. The history that we were given a lot of times has been rewritten by many societies before us. So, in the act of being a citizen and understanding that cognitive dissonance is there because, these are the people that are considered not even conspiracy theorists, but people that have a different viewpoint that may be true. And oftentimes we often push them aside and do not believe them. So it's important that sometimes you get the word out. The worst side of the cognitive dissonance and the disinformation is if you get called out. If you get called out, that information goes out to everyone and the facts and truth are out there, right? Who doesn't want that in this community? You can't get away with that. I would rather call you out or just present the facts. Cognitive dissonance happens when you categorize information, right? Whether someone tells you something or some other reason, if someone's giving you information and it's throwing you off, you take that information and you put it in your storage, your brain, right? And you keep it in there and it stays in that pattern of information, gets locked up. And what happens after a while when you get a lot of information, it boxes you in. You're boxed in by your own words. You're boxed in by your own values and understanding, right? That's what we went to school. We had mass indoctrination to the level of cognitive dissonance. What is true? What isn't true? So the worst side of that is to the being non-awake, right? The Great Awakening happens from pain, suffering, understanding the dark side so that you could see the light, right? So cognitive dissonance, something that you could report on, understand. We'll learn more about that. But today I'd like to introduce our special guest. This is Sean Callahan. Many, many years in technology, in the hospital bed market, right? Some advanced technology that comes out of there, assisting and helping people at a high level. if you saw the hero card, Sean has helped so many people. The lady in the picture on that hero card is a lady that wasn't able to walk. We'll have Sean talk about that when he gets on here, and I'm so excited. I'm going to bring him on right now, and here we go.
John, how you doing?
Very good, Sean. It's great to have you on here. I've been meaning to have you on here for a long time, and it's exciting because, there's been a topic out there, a lot of disinformation about technology. And I think today we can learn a little bit of what's going on with this whole situation with the wands. You know, I got some questions here. I mean, is there anything you would like to comment, report on, update us on before, before we go?
Well, John, first of all, thank you for the introduction. The terahertz wands are really starting to become very popular. The word is kind of starting to filter out on those. And, there's a lot of different things that are being done from a marketing standpoint, but I think ultimately the main reason that they're really kind of taking off in popularity is word of mouth. There's a lot of people that are using them. They're using them for a wide variety of different things. And I think what I'm seeing a lot, what's happening is that somebody gets the wand, they use it for a week or two or three, they're very happy. And then a family member comes over or a neighbor comes over and they've got a bad knee or a bad shoulder. And they say, oh, well, let's try this on you. And they might already have family members they know that might be sort of predisposed to wanting to use it as well. And then that, kind of grows from there. So it's an exciting technology. I think it has a lot of value. I think the other thing about this particular product is that it's very moderately priced. The wands are starting off around 350. The 7.0, which I think is the top seller right now, is about $500. And for the host of benefits that you get from it, it has a lot of value for the money that's being spent. And the other thing about it, John, is that there's just such a wide variety of things that you can use it for. So, it gets everything from charging the water to using it for various parts of the body, stiffness, soreness, inflammation. One of the things that gets a lot of attention for is activating dormant stem cells. And that's done basically by pointing it into the tailbone area, which is something that, being in the medical industry, I sell portable ultrasounds for needle guided injections to clinics that are basically taking out material from your body, throwing it in a centrifuge, spinning that material to separate those stem cells, and then doing needle guided injections to put it into areas that they're trying to rehab in the body. But the thing about that is that if you read and kind of look into it like I did, just out of curiosity, a very large number of those stem cells don't survive that whole process. And so getting the benefits of activating dormant stem cells in a way that's non-invasive with the wand is also, another phenomenal benefit. But there's a lot going on with those. They're getting popular, so you're going to hear things here and there about it. It's a normal part of the business process. When you start seeing products getting into the marketplace, they're starting to become popular. So with that being said, do you have any questions in particular, or is there anything, do you want me to go into more on the
Yeah, I mean,
technology?
you mentioned stem cells. Stem cells is pretty amazing. There's stem cells, and then there's exosomes. Some of that technology is just so amazing. People, once they realize how technology has advanced, they're probably going to want to jump on that fairly
Mhm.
quickly. Could you talk about somehow how the frequency in the water is going to help with regeneration per se with our cells?
Right. So with just the terahertz in general, that's a frequency that a lot of your cells, the body runs at frequencies, and that's a frequency that the cells in the body run at. When it comes to the water, so like we said earlier, like I was saying, there's a lot of things you can do with the body, but one of the other benefits that it has is basically charging water. And there's multiple benefits that come from that. John, we'll have links for additional information because there's quite a few really good sort of more scientific based things. But to summarize it, the very first thing that it does when you're charging the water is it breaks the water molecules down individually and prevents them from clustering. And water molecules in general have a tendency to cluster. So when water molecules cluster, you can get absorption through intestines and that, but you don't really get necessarily cellular hydration because it's the clustering's too big for that to enter in. So it basically lines the water molecules up in a linear fashion. Then they can be absorbed directly into the cell. So you're getting a higher level of hydration. The wand itself works very well with hydrogen, which obviously H2O, hydrogen being in water, right? So it works very well with that. And then when you bring that charged water molecule directly into the cell and you're getting that higher level of hydration, number one, you're getting a better outcome. You're basically getting a better result from the time spent, the 7.0. There we go. And in addition to that, it helps with cellular function and detoxification. There's a lot of other things. It's removing triglycerides from the blood. I mean, there's literally about 10 or 15 minutes of additional information. But to try to pull some of the key points out to give a real fundamental basic understanding. Now, that's drinking and staying hydrated before you use the wand. Now, cells that you normally don't want in your body, mutated cells, sort of bad cells, if you will, they normally resonate at a low frequency. And the terahertz wand basically gets all the healthy cells resonating at their normal high frequency. And what happens with mutated cells or bad cells, they basically get destroyed. And so through that process, one of the things that the wand does is it's basically removing bad mutated cells. And in that process, there is a detoxification going on. Now, when you're using the wand, there's various size wands. It was actually funny because just before I went on, I was thinking, gosh, I've got like 5 or 6 different models of wands in this house. It's crazy. I was going, okay, well, I'll just start putting them aside here. And you've got yours. And I'm like, okay, well, here's 3 of these from a couple manufacturers.
Do you have the 5.0 there, the 6.0 and the 7?
No, yep. And then I've got my ultimate favorite one, which is Big Blue. And we can talk about the technology on those in a bit. But what I was going to say is that through the process of detoxification, your body needs to get that out of the body when you're using it. So on the second time you're drinking the water after you're done, you're also doing it to get the water in there and to flush the toxic stuff out of the body. And in addition to that, I was also just going to touch on real quick, when you're using the wand, slow is best, right? Let your body get used to that energy. And there's certain parts of the body like your kidney, liver, and thyroid, areas that you would detox, you would go very, very slow. And just to actually bring it up now that we're saying through these things that I'm not here to offer any type of medical advice, right? The terahertz wands are classified as health and wellness. So they're actually not classified as medical devices. Now, there will be a time and a place where I'm sure where, physical therapists and different types of people will say this is beneficial and we're going to treat them and file insurance and all that, but it's just not there yet. They just haven't been out long enough for that to be there. But since they are not classified as a medical device, do not ever substitute going to seeing a doctor for sound medical advice if you have any type of health condition. So anything we're kind of discussing here is just general terms. It's not medical advice. This is just basic, information, just passing along as tips, but you would still be required and want to do your own due diligence and your own research. So I hate to throw that out there, John, but we're kind of getting into that area, so I just want to throw that out there real quick.
That's some really good information. Thanks for sharing that, Sean. Let's get to the brass tacks of this, right? Can you go over the history of the wands? Because there's a little confusion on what dates people came out with wands, right? It's gotten to that insane level. But could you break down the history and the timeline of the wands? Because I think a lot of people have no idea.
Yeah. So, it's interesting because a lot of times people will call or I'll talk to people and they'll say, is this Tesla technology? And, with the Tesla ozone ray, which is another great, fun device or technology. But terahertz actually is a little more recent. Like in the 80s and 90s, they really discovered, the terahertz frequency and found benefits with it. And they use it a lot for X-ray. That's one of the things because it's a better way of doing X-rays. So there is technology going with that, and the terahertz frequencies in those have been studied. Now, terahertz wands and the technology to the States is rather new. There's at least two manufacturers that are making these. Both of them are based out of China. And they both basically started making wands, I want to say, within the last 7 to 8 years, maybe the mid 2015. I know one manufacturer was 2017, and there was another one, but there's multiple places that were working with this terahertz frequency and technology. So they haven't been out real long, but they have not been in the States all that long. So mainly because they're made overseas and in Asia. Those areas there have had them for, a much longer time than they've been in the States, but they are starting to kind of gain in popularity. And,
So,
that's kind of where they started making the timeline.
so let's go to one of the main questions. It's like, which company, which manufacturer came out with a wand possibly first? The the MLM or the anti-aging terahertz wand? Which manufacturer possibly started with this technology first?
So I can't answer that question because it's relatively close, but I can still answer some general statements regarding these two companies because uh, first of all, both of them are making a very good product. Like they're really doing a service to mankind. Both these companies produce a quality product, and both these companies produce a quality product that's effective and works. And basically, when you're dealing with the red ones, they're almost identically the same. In fact, one of the things that I've done in previous calls is just pull off the bottoms. But when you basically compare the bases of these things, I apologize for putting any brands on there because I'm not trying to, but the technology is basically the same. So there's been a lot said. One might be better than the other. One might work. One might not work. One might have, like, one company might have copied the other company. There's advertising that's out there where they're comparing one wand against another wand, and um,
Can
and
you
so
go over
these
that
wands.
comparison, Sean? Could you go over that comparison? Because I think
Well, what I
people
was going to say is that the wands are basically based a lot of times. There's two things that they're based on. First is the amount of wattage that they use, right? So the more powerful the wand, obviously, the more energy. But when you get into the professional wands, they're going to deliver the technology with a little bit different way of doing it. They're going to use an earth alloy, coat the tube, and run the energy down there to create the terahertz. But with that being said, the company that one video was from actually makes three different sizes of red ones. There's a 500 watt, a 750 watt, and a 1,000 watt. That particular video was comparing a 500 watt wand to a 750 watt wand. So there's going to be certain parts where maybe the light doesn't shine as bright, or one's brighter than the other. But I did buy 10 of those 500 watt wands because it did make me very curious. And I thought to myself, well, I want to see if this thing works, because if you go out on the internet and you start looking at terahertz wands, you're going to see that there's going to be a various range of pricing. And generally speaking, when you see the variety of pricing, it's based on the different watts that they're running. So the ones that have lower watts, you would just run those and use those for a little bit longer period of time. But in fact, I have a YouTube channel, and I've got a lot of really positive feedback and a lot of good testimonials from people using the 500 watt wand. So yes, it's going to take a little longer to get things done with that because it's not quite as powerful. However, it's still very effective. And it just means that you just use it for a longer period of time. But a lot of people are on different various budgets, and sometimes saving $100 to $150 for one that's a little less powerful, maybe for your skin, wrinkles, stiffness, soreness, that's
So,
going to still get the job done.
what I'm repeating, what I'm hearing is that the comparison that company is using is with two different models and two different strengths. The
Yeah, that particular video, that's what's happening. And there's a lot of terminology that's being thrown out there that just kind of like I'm in the medical industry, so I've worked for both manufacturers. I've sold products for both companies. That's why I know that both companies are making a good product. I think ultimately that's what really matters. And it's just a very small when you're in this industry and things start getting heated up and you've got rivalry and competition, things are going to get a little bit crazy, and that's what's happening. So let's go over some of the terminology that I was brought up was, are the wands fake, right? Are they fake? Well, I mean,
I heard the word knockoff. I heard the word.
well, yeah, I mean, knockoff and fake. Well, fake would mean that basically you went to all the effort to make the thing and you didn't put a terahertz chip in it or something. So all the models from multiple manufacturers are all good working ones. I mean, I don't know why you go to all that effort putting the motors and parts and everything together and not put some final pieces in it to just make them working. So fake in my dictionary would be it doesn't work. They all work. And then knockoff, which actually that's very interesting. I love the fact knockoff because this is actually a good story. So this whole thing gets going, right? One company is saying, hey, this one's better and that one's no good, or just whatever it is. It's basically ours is better than theirs. And so I'm getting in contact with these man. I'm saying these guys are beating you up, saying you guys, they got rather upset. And the thing about it that was interesting is that they had never actually seen or had the other company's product in their technology division. So after this happened, they did get one of those wands. But the company that they said that about actually started making these in 2017. They make this wand right here, which is what we call Big Blue. I don't know if you can see, but there's instead of quartz crystal tube, there's actually an earth alloy, and that earth alloy is basically coating the whole tube. So rather than the red ones where you have the crystal up there at the end, this is delivering. Yeah, there you go. Right, and and the crystal. Yeah, so crystal does a lot of things. It has a lot of great properties, but one of the things it does is it helps dissipate heat, and you have to have crystal in those tubes. If you put glass in them, the heat of that would basically heat up the glass and melt the plastic. So
So let me ask you something. I've seen some questions. So, they're saying that this is not a crystal, and they're saying that the one that was the 5.0 doesn't have this, but this is the extra 750 watt in the 6.0. So it appears, for one, that the 6.0 does have the power surge, which they claim didn't, right? Also, this is a crystal. I'd like to take a little screen share really quick here and show that video if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, I'll get that shared. One second here. There we go. So, got the screen shared here. So we got glasses. Glass, right? Glass shoots through the optical lens of those glasses. No lines. That's glass, not a crystal. That piece of crystal I just showed you. See the lines? It's actually a real crystal. It's not a per se piece of glass. That light is refracting and showing that that is an actual crystal. Right next to this, the glasses again are showcasing that regular glass doesn't have that effect. So basically, that's important because those were two claims I believe I saw in those questions that were they were saying that wasn't available, but it appears it is.
Hmm. Yeah, the crystal in the tube, like I said, it also helps dissipate heat. So it has to be crystal. Like I don't think with glass would absorb the heat and it would basically melt the plastic. And when you're going to all that effort to put all that stuff together and set up assembly lines and creating molds and doing all that, you're not going to skimp out on some of these small pieces to be the real thing to make sure that it works and to achieve the results that they're trying to get after going through all that research. And that big blue wand, John, just a couple more things about that one manufacturer. Now, like I said before, they're both good companies. They both produce a good product. So I just wanted that to be said one more time. But this big blue wand right here, which is from the other company that also makes the red one, that was basically the combined work of over 50 people and 10 years of research. And that one also does have a lot of patents. Both companies have patents on some of the technology and some of the stuff that they've done. But that just shows you these wands now are what I would call third generation. So very much like cell phones, they've been making them long enough now where they're starting to get a little more powerful, scale them down a little bit more, and get them to work more effectively, and even get the pricing down on them.
Well, we have a guy that's jumping on the show talking about the wand, what it's done for him. Um, he's out of Orlando, Florida. His name is Mike Daniels. I'm going to get him on here right now. Mr. Mike Daniels, how are you doing?
Hey, good, John. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. We were talking about the wand, and as someone that may have been skeptical, maybe not believed in it, we just like to get your firsthand testimony on the wand, maybe how you used it, and some of what it did for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Skeptical. At first, honestly, I thought it was a blow dryer, when I first saw it. And I really didn't realize anything about the technology. But, my scenario is maybe a little different. On July 1st, I had a biking injury where I tore a rotator cuff in my shoulder. And thank God you let people come by to, get free treatments at your office. And, I came in and I got some treatment. So it was Friday, July 1st. I kind of was hurting through the weekend, the 4th of July weekend. I come in three times between the following Monday through Friday. So I got treatment with the terahertz wand. I got some other treatments with the multi-wave oscillators.
Real quick,
But what else?
The word treatment is actually this is a health and wellness device. So basically, it's a demonstration for everyone.
It was. I'm sorry. Yes, absolutely. I came in for a free demonstration because you allowed. And what was nice is, I was really, really hurting. And so I went through that whole week, couldn't move my arm hardly at all. I laid in bed the following weekend, the 8th. And what happened was I had the treatments, not the treatments, but I came and had, some of the technology used on my shoulder. And I also got one of the grounding mattress covers. And I laid on the mattress cover on the Friday the 8th. So a week later, I'm laying on the mattress cover for the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was using the terahertz wand. And honestly, I thought it would be 30 days before I could raise my elbow to this level. I'm laying in bed on the 8th, 9th, that weekend, and my shoulder was so bad. I'm like, oh my God. I wake up on Monday after sleeping on the bed cover and having some of the uses of the terahertz wand. Monday, I could raise my elbow, and I thought it would be 30 days. Wednesday, I was able to raise my arm at 12 o'clock. And honestly, I wasn't sure that I would ever be able to do that again, knowing the shoulder injuries. my orthopedic doctor, because I said I don't want surgery. He's documented in my paperwork using the grounding and the terahertz wand. And my people at the physical therapy were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're like this after this short of period of time." And I'm telling them why. But I have to give thanks for the grounding mattress, the terahertz, because I was doing everything possible not to have a surgery. And honestly, that was July 1st. And to be able to raise my arm like this, I was thinking 6 months, maybe, I wasn't sure. And you just saw it. And I was like, wow. The other thing is, I just feel so good on an in my core gut though too, with the grounding, and like you say, with the terahertz wand. I just feel so good inside, John.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't felt for 20, 30 years, honestly. So I'm thankful for the terahertz wand, and you allowing me to come in and have a demonstration, because it literally has, I thought I was going to be having surgery, and here I am. You just saw that right there. And to me, that's everything. Thank you.
That's an amazing testimony. Thank you, Mike. That was that's all real. The arm, I remember the locked arm down.
Right against my side.
That's a trauma, pectoral trauma that's locked. We have trauma in life, whether it be COVID, whether it be a car wreck, whether it be any type of injury. We try to protect our heart. Everyone's the same. I've done the same thing with both of you guys, believe it or not.
Oh, no, I know.
Releasing someone's trauma, that's what you did. The locked muscle was preventing the arm to go up. It can cause all type of illness, disease, stress there. It's right next to your heart, your biggest or electromagnetic organ, right? And if the heart starts getting tired and then this pulls in, other stuff starts happening to organs, that place becomes stagnant and not alive as much. And it's just great to hear this simple technology, even with the demonstration, is providing that type of relief. So, thank you for joining the show today. And I think some people at home could better understand kind of how this thing works.
Yeah. John, can I just, Mike, that was a fantastic, overview, just kind of the multiple technologies. And, the thing, John, that I was going to say is that the beauty of where John's at, where you're at down there, Mike, is you have access to multiple technologies. And tonight we're talking about the terahertz wand, but in the overall scope of going into that location, you're going to find hyperbaric, you're going to find multiple types of plasma devices, which are way more powerful than the stuff we're talking about right now. Multi-wave oscillators that go back to Tesla. There is a lot of really cool technology. John, tonight you're going to release the what is it? The sleep? What is it?
Yeah, sound sleep. It's called sound sleep.
I've been in that thing. That thing's amazing. That thing is absolutely amazing. And John, I know you well enough to know that you're on the cutting edge of, bringing stuff out, that's out there. I know you do a lot of research. I know you do a lot of, different types of trial and error, whatever, developing technologies. But for all the stuff that's there now, if people ever get a chance, go visit John in Orlando. It's well worth it. And getting your hands on all the technology is unbelievable, which we should segue into the earth and grounding.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you joining the show.
Hey, if I could just say one thing before I finish. I'm in Orlando. I'm at my sister's place, and I have her wand, and I'm sleeping on her bed that has the grounding. And she saw what has happened to me with the recovery. And because of that, she went out and got herself a wand and a bed cover. And I highly recommend it, to anybody else out there that's got any kind of inflammation and stuff. You can't lose. I'm amazed. And thank you, John, for your technology and having it out there for everybody like me to use. I don't know where I'd be without it.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. I'm glad to hear that. And thank you for joining the show and sharing your story. So thanks again, Mike. We will catch up soon. Thank you very
Mike,
Have a
take
great
care.
day,
Have a good
guys.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, John, do you mind if I just jump into that real quick with that bed cover? Because I'm in the medical industry. We sell a lot of hospital beds, primarily a lot of ICU, wound care, that type of thing. And the bed cover was one of the things that led me to this type of technology, because when you're dealing, especially with home care, when you're dealing with paraplegic, quadriplegic, MS, you're dealing with people, stroke, you're trying to do more than just put them on a wound care surface with a hospital bed. That's where the bed cover, where I really sought out that first original technology. And that's how I actually met you originally, was through getting that technology for people that were basically going to be spending a lot of time in bed. But to just explain, the thing about this is, and John, me and you both talked to a lot of people, you probably more than me, but I've talked to literally thousands of people now on these various technologies. And the thing about John's place, and the thing that I'm going to try to emphasize, is that every technology has a different set of benefits and a different thing that it works on. And so when people come to me, or they go to John, primarily sometimes one might be better than the other ultimately at that time. Maybe one thing's better to start with, but you will not find anybody not saying, but when you get a chance, add this next and then do this after that. And so the bed cover and the wand, by far, without a question, are the two best products you can get for the least amount of money, that are going to deliver the highest quality benefits to your overall life. And I'm going to, John, just give them two, maybe three, but two. I'll try to go quick because I know we want to speed this up. But the first thing about this bed cover is that it's bringing electrons in your body, and we're not making contact with the earth, and we get such a large number of electrons through the earth. And when your body's not making contact with the earth and you're short on electrons, one of the first things that happens is it compromises the structure of your red blood cells. And instead of being round and circular and bouncy, they become sort of coagulated and jelly-like, and your blood starts clumping. And then in turn, when that starts clumping, then everything gets harder for the heart. There's a lot of issues that go on with that. That's from shortage of electrons, but thank you. Beautiful. I love that thing. I've got so many stories with that. But the second thing is that when your body's replacing bad cells, pathogens, whatever it might be, it sends a white blood cell. The white blood cell releases a free radical. The free radical goes in, takes out the bad cell. But if your body's short on electrons and it doesn't neutralize that free radical with an electron, it goes from taking out the bad cell to stripping an electron from a good cell, and thus damaging another cell. And it creates this chain reaction and buildup of free radicals, which cells by their own nature are unstable. And they're bouncing all over. They cause swelling, inflammation, stiffness, soreness. So all these long-term issues with back pain never going away, or this wrist is so stiff and sore, a lot of that is from a buildup of free radicals, and you're getting them because you're not making contact with the earth. And so these bed covers and these products, they plug into the grounding outlet. So they basically get that earth energy from the earth to the outlet, from the outlet to the cover. And John, if you could just put that up again real quick, the bed cover, or the BioShield. So this thing has silver. If you look at all the threading that's going through there, that's all silver. So when that thing plugs into the grounding outlet, it's using the silver that's infused with the cotton that's made in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina, at a beautiful textile factory, made in the USA. But that's basically distributing those electrons. So you're getting 8 hours of electrons. You're pulling the EMF radiation out of your body. That's another whole, we could have a whole conversation.
Well, let's explain this real quick too.
Far infrared, right? So those are crushed crystals, primarily tourmaline, amethyst, and other crystals. And when your body touches that, it releases far infrared light. So when your body's getting the far infrared light, it stimulates the mitochondria. It doubles your production of ATP, which is your energy cell. It's very good for circulation, detoxification. But when you're laying on the bed cover, all the EMF radiation gets pulled out of you. You're getting electrons just like you would if you were sitting or touching the ground. You're getting electrons for the whole time you're on it, and you're getting the far infrared technology. So John, tonight, we see the thing about the company and companies with John's company here is that there's so many products, right? So the goal is to start with the wand and then say, okay, then let's get into the bed cover technology. And then eventually, there's the oils, there's the plasma, there's just so many different things that you can sort of expand into. But for anybody that we're talking about the terahertz wands, the next best product that you can get is going to be the bed cover, or what John was just showing us, which is the BioShield Station, which is basically something you can put on a pillowcase. You can put it on your desk. I love those. That's what I started with. I started with that. And John, I'm just going to say this real quick, and then I'm going to wrap it up because I know we're getting to our time limit. Last time I was down there for that convention down there, I didn't bring that with me. I always take that thing with me. I have the bed cover, but I also have that on my pillowcase, and I forgot to put it in my suitcase. I was there for 3 nights. You kept saying, hey, just go grab one out of the back. I'm like, okay, I'll get there. I never did. But the last day when we were shooting, me and you were shooting the videos. We actually had the bed cover there. I touched the meter because we do the meter readings, OL, over the limit, meaning that in 3.5 days of not being grounded and touching that thing right there, I got OL. 3.5 days, I had absorbed so much EMF radiation that meter couldn't even read it. It gave me the OL. So just pulling that radiation out of your body, and it's pulling the earth energy in there. So for people that have a hard time sleeping, it's good. It helps with resetting your circadian rhythm, and your brainwave frequency runs at Schumann resonance, which is the earth frequency. So
a couple minutes here left. I want 10 minutes to showcase the last product. I got 3 minutes. Go ahead and tell us about the wand technologies, the 3 or 4 technologies within this wand, and tell them how the combination, the complementary version can help them.
Okay, so the wand itself is using multiple technologies. It's quantum scalar waves, and it's creating that. And then it's using quartz crystal and the terahertz frequency itself. And it's basically helping cellular function detoxification, but that energy goes in there and basically gets the cells in the body to do what the body can do. Now that's a light-based frequency, but with the bed cover, the bed cover has a whole nother series of benefits, which is going to be with pulling out the EMF radiation. Both units have far infrared, but when you're laying on the bed cover for 8 hours going to bed, you're getting an extended period of time of infrared. And then also in addition to that, you're getting the electrons through the absorption of just touching that bed cover. So that basically is going to get your cellular structure, your blood cells back. It has a whole host of benefits that are in addition to and a little bit separate from the technology that you're getting from the terahertz wand.
We got your link here. If someone wants one of these wands and they want this special, the combination between this grounding, can you explain very quickly how using the wand is maybe not sufficient enough if you have another technology like this?
Exactly. Well, what you're trying to do is you're trying to avoid the buildup of free radical cells in the body, because when you're building up free radicals, you're automatically going to start having swelling, inflammation, pain, stiffness, soreness, which is why you're using the wand. So if you can start reducing the free radical buildup by laying on the bed cover, you're not going to keep putting yourself in a position where you need to keep using the wand for the same things over and over. Now, I use the wand face, mouth, teeth, gums, hair. It's 1 hour of the wand is equal to 10 hours of acupuncture. So the palms, the ears, the bottom of your feet, I'm using it more for maintenance and maintaining good health. But if you can get on the bed cover and you don't keep letting that buildup of free radicals come, then you're not going to keep getting those symptoms reoccurring over and over. So the wand will have different benefit, but that's why you want both, basically.
Well, that's great, Sean. That pretty much covers everything. I put your link everywhere I could. If someone's interested in one, they want to get information on this special, You can
Yeah,
get the,
so anybody that mentions the show tonight that orders the wand is going to get that BioShield station, the death station, or whichever. We've got those fabrics that John has there, but those are going to be free with the purchase of the wand by just saying I saw you on the PPN show. Anti-aging bed at dark.
Well, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much, Sean. This has been a really good show tonight. There's a lot of information. I can see a lot of people going back and forth to make sure they catch everything.
Mhm.
But I think we laid it out. I think we answered a lot of the questions that people were having. This company has never hit back. We've never hit forward. We're just adding technologies, the best of the best. And as you can see, we innovate. We even made it better with the grounding, right?
Mhm.
So the beauty of that is that it's helping people. We heard Mike speak earlier, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much, Sean.
John, it's been a pleasure as always. Thanks for having me on tonight, and take care. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Thank you.
So there we have it, folks. Really good night. I still have, I'm going to be posting our new product called the Sound Sleep. Now, I'm really proud of a lot of our products, but this product's it just feels like it gives you a complete reset. I'm going to put this right here, right now in the chat. Sound Sleep is a frequency device that offers, I guess the best way to put it, vibrational sound therapy. Right? I worked on this a long time ago in 2014. The chakra system is here in alignment with the spine. Energy follows different chakra systems. Throat chakra could be blocked up, and it might be hard to tell people your true feelings, right? Your heart might be blocked because of a relationship, right? You won't open up. Whatever lower extremities. Maybe you had a trauma with your sexual functions, and just things are out of alignment still with you and other people, right? So there's a root chakra. Like these things are essentially areas in the body, energy systems and energy channels up and down the spine. So when we breathe, it's a dance. It's a dance of energy up and down the spine when we breathe. We're supposed to be slightly moving when we breathe, and we're not supposed to be clamped up and tight, isolated and alone. More free person's going to have their chest opened up, heart out, throat open, and a lot of those things that people don't see, it's real. I'm going to turn this around here, and we're going to talk about this new product. So let me get over there. So there we have it. Let's turn this around here. So here's the device. It's a zero gravity chair. It has an amplifier, right? And the only thing you need is your cell phone. This plugs right into your cell phone, and you can use your own binaural beats. Binaural beats are natural beats that you can get from the iPhone, iTunes, any of the programs you want to type in 528 hertz, 528 HZ, or 432 HZ music, right? And you plug this in with your headphones. It pumps binaural beats through the headphones. It pumps binaural beats through the mat. It is grounded, and it's just amazing, folks. This is the new Sound Sleep product. You can use this for all types of things: meditation, laying on the ground, laying in your bed, laying in the proper zero gravity position, right? This just totally gives you a reset. You put it on, next thing you know, I did it earlier. I had a long day. I started at 8 a.m. Actually woke up at 6 a.m. to prep for an 8 a.m. Charlie Ward. I haven't stopped. It's 10 p.m., 11 p.m. At night. I've went over, many hours, 18 hours now. And I did that 2 hours ago, complete reset. I was tired. I had done a lot of stuff, complete reset. It's just amazing. It's something you can try. You can also come see us. It is $2,000. You get everything there is right there. And you won't see that many products that this much wow factor, because the harmonics that pound this spinal system actually awaken it. So part of my own healing was working on this technology when I was 2014, and I'm just so proud that we got this out so people could use it. So two hemispheres of your brain, right, connect, right? One is rational, the rational side of your brain. The right side of your brain is your creative. It is a unification of two sides of your brain that make you feel happy and healthy, out of the index, right? Out of the fear and love index. Very much so, the hemispheres of the brain actually have that type of duality. So we all have that. And when we unify the brain with frequencies, we become more one with ourselves. And that's not a scary word. It just means you feel complete um, and content. You could possibly get to happiness that way, right? If we're caught in our brains, we oftentimes get stuck, right? And if we just keep getting stuck, our brains are in control. We're no longer in control of our body. We're in control. We're not even in control of our thoughts at that point. So there we have it, folks. That was the live tonight. I mean, we've got a couple more minutes before we go off the air. This is the Anti-Aging Bed live broadcast coming to you live from Orlando. Some of the great stuff that's been happening. I'm going to post right now links to this product, and I want to make sure you guys get this product at home. This is something that has a wow factor. You can use this product each day. You can help reset all the stuff that you've been going through with something that does it for you, right? That's the beauty of it. You turn it on, you put your music on, you pick the music you like. Next thing you know, you're just letting go. You're not worrying. Things don't matter. Fly away. So that's the beauty of this happy, healthy lifestyle that we've been searching for. So I'm a conduit. I've got great people around me. We try to bring in the best technology that at the most affordable price for you guys. And we do it at antiagingbed.com. So if you're interested, you want to be a part of something bigger, better than what we've seen before in the past, join our system. Join our system. You're a doctor, you're a chiropractor, you're a natural health, you're a massage therapist, you're a Reiki master. We got you. Put this bed cover down. Do your services, right? So, like they said on the show today, there's quite a few technologies. Come to Orlando, Florida. Come check them out for free. All this stuff is changing the world, and I have to pinch myself every day. Hard work pays off. Never give up. And that's why I'm doing this show, guys, getting the message out with our team, PPN Network, and the Patriot Party News.com. It's just so exciting to be a part of this amazing team. There's quite a few amazing podcasters. And what I have last to say, join me on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. At 2 p.m., I've got Get the Buzz. Get the buzz, guys. Get the real news. I'm not the truther that doesn't cite things. I'm going to give it to you raw, whether you like it or not. And that about does it for tonight, guys. It's been an amazing Friday night. I enjoy spending the Friday night with you. And until next time, I love you guys, and we'll do it all over.